Since we know that Jesus rose from the dead, then we have to look at our descendants, and then we have to teach our children the ways of our loving God. 200 years from Jonadab or from Rechab until Jeremiah. But then the descendants of Rechab, they are still following the instructions of their forefathers. Now, I would like to say that is actually feat and a victory for Jonadab. That they were able to pass on the legacy from Jonadab down to the time when it was already 200 years later, 6 to 7 generations, that it's still being followed by the descendants of Rechab. And these people would not have known what their ancestors have told them to do if their fathers were not committed to teaching their children about these orders, that they keep on repeating to the next generation. Paul learned the same principle. And in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2, Paul tells Timothy, Timothy, everything that you see me do, follow. Everything that you hear me say, follow. And you find an able man and tell him everything also. And this able man is also able to find others. So how many generations? From Paul to Timothy to able man and to others. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, Paul, he said, follow me because I follow Christ. So from Christ to Paul to Timothy to able men and to others. We have to be intentional in passing on the baton of our faith. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. If we train our children the way that he should go, the way in obedience, the way in faithfulness to God, when he is old, he will not turn away from it. We have a very large percentage of success instructing our children. Deuteronomy chapter 6, this is the Shema. And every Jew memorizes this one. This is the call. And then every Jew, they repeat this at least 3 times in a day. These commandments that I give to you today, you put this in your heart. Impress them on your children. And talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. You tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. Which means every time, whatever we do, we walk, talk about God. We are eating our lunch, our dinner, our breakfast. We have to have God as the center. That's why we pray before eating. You know, there was this is a joke. One boy, breakfast he ate, and then he did not pray. And then his classmate asked him, hey, why you did not pray first before eating? And then he said, because my mom is a good cook. I don't need to pray because he is a good cook. But we've got to pass on the baton of our faith to our children. Every area should be covered. And we have to teach them diligently. In Bahasa Indonesia, berulang-ulang. Terus-menerus. We have to teach them. It's not enough for us to instruct only once. They will forget. But as we repeat, they will remember.